Hey everyone, I'm Adrian, the head of coffee here at Cairngorm. I'm here today with Robbie to discuss why the boxes look the way they do.
I guess the first most obvious question is why do we have all the boxes looking the same? And then a bag, which obviously looks quite different.
Yeah, so our bag is our blend, or our espresso blend, and the boxes are all our single origins.
And so the bag is the blend. Mm-hmm. How would you recommend for a customer to be using that?
The bag is an espresso blend, so it is recommended to use as an espresso. So whether you serve it with milk or as a long black, it's quite a versatile coffee. So it's got loads of those like traditional coffee qualities that you might be looking for, like chocolate and those kind of like juicy kind of fruit qualities as well, syrupy fruits.
And so that's what we use in our shops?
Yes. Yeah, so that's what we use in the cafes. It's what we recommend for a lot of wholesale customers to start with as like a good people pleaser.
And so I guess the next question, which is most obvious when we look at the single origin boxes, is the different colors, and that's probably the main focus that we put into how the boxes look, is using that as a differentiation for each individual coffee, but as a way of guiding the customer experience, right?
Totally, yeah. So I guess the concept behind the different colors was to help people build a coffee journey for themselves. So finding maybe the right color that suits your kind of quality of flavors that you look for, and then knowing that these coffees will change seasonally, but they will have a similar expression in flavor profiles. So if you like the pink one, you're typically going to like the pink one, right? Whether it's Sweet Valley or it transitions into a new coffee for a new season, it will still have very similar qualities. The pink one in particular is kind of like that more adventurous coffee drinker, or pitched towards that more adventurous coffee drinker.
And so for the customers at home, why don't we just have the same coffee year round?
Coffee is a seasonal product, so it does change over time. It has a window where it tastes best as a green raw product, and after we roast it, we look to use that coffee within a certain time frame or window. After that, it then begins to degrade, not tasting as great as it once did. So we really want to eliminate the potential to hit that like aging coffee. So we want it to be always at its freshest.
So in short, instead of having the same coffee year round, we've kind of opted to change it seasonally, but use colors as a reference point for a coffee that you would like.
Totally, yeah.
So, okay, cool. And so different colors, should we delve into that? Because
definitely.
That's quite fun.
Yes.
The blue ones are always espresso, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we always have espresso stickers to represent that, if it's a single origin espresso, but they'll always be blue. And that really doesn't represent the flavor profile. Mm-hmm. The other ones do.
So I guess that kind of leads to like our roasting style and like the way we roast. So we roast predominantly for filter coffees, but knowing that it's versatile enough to brew how you wish. It's just we might pick one particular coffee out to express like its potential as an espresso, so that it kind of guides that customer, like I guess, towards that coffee if they are an espresso drinker.
Nice.
Yeah, so blue will be a predominant color for espresso.
More often than not, correct me if I'm wrong, the single origin espresso will probably be a part of, if not a large part of, the guilty pleasure.
Yeah, so typically it's a component of guilty pleasure. So guilty pleasure is a blend of two single origins, and at the moment one of those is Monchique.
So should we talk through these? Or in fact, should we put these in order of, I guess, their approachability?
Yeah, I think so.
Because that's kind of fun. The green one is kind of like our first step on the ladder, right? First rung.
Yeah, so I think it's a good place to start if you're a person that's maybe new to specialty coffee. So it's like that hero coffee. It heroes the qualities of coffee that you might be used to tasting, and those kind of like really like vibrant chocolate qualities, fruity but not like over the top fruit qualities, more that brown sugar, like really approachable coffee.
I always think of this as being like that classic French press on a Sunday morning kind of vibe.
Totally, yeah.
It's like you present that to your friends. It's an easy one, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Also probably good with milk for a filter.
Yeah.
Which, you know, often especially people will tell you not to put milk with filter, but it's about having the right coffee, you know, that works with that. So I think that's a good option.
So moving on to that red category, I guess, that coffee is that one step further, so more fruit driven. Potentially still has like a high sweetness. In fact, our blend is really, really sweet, but it does have that subtle nuance that's different and maybe a little more unusual to that standard coffee flavor. Yeah.
Like you're starting to identify actual fruit flavors.
Yes, definitely.
Individual fruit flavors.
Yeah.
I always think of this being like quite rich as well. Like
Definitely.
a rich sweetness.
Yeah, so we do look for a rich sweetness for that red category. So it's not like that kind of brown sugar sweetness. It's got something deeper to it. So it's like syrupy, potentially like a plum syrup, or it has like a fruit derived sweetness.
I think at the moment, kind of internally, we refer to the red color as sweet fruits.
Yeah.
Or red fruits.
Yeah. So it helps us, like when purchasing new coffees for new seasons, we know that we really want a sweet fruit quality for that red category.
Nice. And the next evolution from that is...
I think bright fruits is probably the best way to describe it, because it's not always going to be that citrus quality, but it's going to be quite bright. I think a good example of this coffee, not that we have it on right now, but an Ethiopian wash coffee where it's got like beautiful delicate qualities, almost like floral, but it's also quite fruity. For me, looking at even the color of this, I'm thinking orange, I'm thinking bergamot, maybe I'm thinking like some jasmine-like qualities. So very delicate and light, but very fruit forward. So now taking that step, or one step further from that sweetness to more an acid or a fruit driven quality.
It's more complex.
Yes.
And then we have purple, which is interesting because we talk a lot about natural coffees almost tasting purple.
Yes.
And so
definitely,
it's no surprise that the majority of the purple ones will be natural or fermented. Interesting experimental fermentations.
So we're probably talking about another acid here again. So like moving into that more fermented like acidity. This coffee right now, we've got the C-Tech, or in that purple category, we've got C-Tech. It's going to have more of a ferment presence or some fermentation that you can taste in the cup. So it's a little more wild or weird and wonderful. We're probably looking to find something that's a little more interesting, or maybe makes you think, oh, this is what coffee or fermentation can do to coffee.
Finally.
So the pink category, that's our special release category. This coffee is something we really want to showcase. It's something that's fun. Maybe it's like this coffee here, Sweet Valley. It's something we've worked with in the past. It's something we want to champion. It's potentially going to have that kind of weird, funky quality like C-Tech, but it might be something special. It might be a new varietal or a new processing method that we want to really champion in this range.
Two interesting things with this. The first is this is probably our chance to use wacky tasting notes. It's like you'll expect to see more kind of candy-like references or unusual, exotic-sounding flavors. The other thing is we don't set ourselves a price ceiling on this, which means that we can be a bit more adventurous in buying fairly high-scoring coffees. So don't be surprised if you might see this on the shelves for £15-16 in the future.
Totally.
Just know it's going to be class.
So that's definitely for that adventurous coffee drinker. So something that's new and interesting. We hope to like really challenge coffee drinkers with this category. So it's something that maybe they've never had before or they've only ever heard of. So this would be a cool kind of category if you're wanting to taste new, interesting processes as well.
So if you want to explore some of these flavors, one of the best ways to do that is a curated subscription that we've launched. Adrian is heading it up. He is choosing a coffee once a month to send out to the subscribers. And I guess the idea is they get a chance to kind of explore each of these different profiles. So it will never just be red fruits or a wild coffee. It's a chance to explore. Quite often it may be a special release as well. So.
Yeah, think of it as a tasting journey. So you get to taste a few of the different processes and flavor profiles so that you can better, I guess, educate yourself in coffee and learn more about what you like.
And if you just want something great for your espresso machine, we also have a subscription for this. Get a kilo of it. You'll be done for a couple of days. Buy some more. Cool. Yeah. I hope that's interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll be back with some more content soon. Thank you.
Thanks.